Today's the day, ladies and gentlemen. Not the Foodie Beauty video. No, that's Friday, provided it gets through monetization. If it doesn't, I'm going to be quite upset. It's very PG. No, today is the day we do another response video, but we're not responding to one video. We are going to respond to 3 videos. From the BBC's Things Not to Say To, and then 3 different groups. The 3 groups in question will include those with schizophrenia, those who are Welsh, and those with body modifications, because they are, as you can clearly tell, a combination that totally makes sense. And not at all an indication that I picked 3 at random, because honestly, these kind of videos just make me laugh. Allow me to demonstrate. Ha, ha, ha.
You look like a freak. Freak look good.
I have it tattooed here.
I love being a freak.
And she was like, why do you look like a freak? You're scaring my kid. And I'm like, your kid is sleeping.
Does anyone remember in the previous versions of these videos that I have done, where I have clearly said, how is this something you don't say to someone? Now I get context may actually matter in this case. Looking at somebody and saying, you're a freak, is quite ballsy. Kids are renowned for being quite blunt. And you are a very judgmental species. So it's not surprising when someone stands out like a sore thumb. People are wondering whether or not they're doing it because they want attention, or because they like the attention, or because it's their damn body and they can do whatever they want with it.
Gonna try and insult me, at least get my genre right. It's mermaid golf, in case you're wondering.
I can't be the only one that thinks the word freak has lost all meaning at this point. Perhaps someone needs to find something even more unique as a way of standing out. Might I recommend short back sides on the haircut, a nice crisp 3-piece suit, and a very twiddly mustache? Or, and I'm just putting this out there for anyone else who wants to be, like, totally down with the hip folk, be a dandy.
You must love pain.
I do, kind of. I guess, a little bit.
No, I'm a pansy.
I love pain on my morning toast.
It depends, like skin removal, I fucking love.
Right, so that's the last clip I'm going to play from that video. I think I'm going to make the very clear point here. These people, what they're doing, and it's obviously the best way of handling it rather than explaining why you shouldn't say it, is by being incredibly sarcastic in return, which I think is fantastic. It shows a level of tolerance, patience, and willingness to throw a bit of banter back and forth with the normie folk. This is important, because this is a different type of person. We have those that can take a joke, those want to be able to take a joke but can't, and then those that can't take a joke at all. There is the fourth, the apathetic, but I don't think we're going to showcase them in this video. These people took the joke, take it well, and actually, none of them look like freaks, and I'm not sure Slanesh really gives a damn about any of them as far as pain goes. But I'm sure deep down everyone likes a little bit of pain. Because we all be kinky, yo.
Sheep shaggers!
Where does this come from?
I get that all the time.
Oh yeah, I'm Bethan. Okay, where are you from? Oh, I'm from Wales.
Sheep shagger.
Honestly, had someone ask me once, do you have Tinder for sheep?
Like probably one guy, maybe like in the 1800s, who was caught shagging a sheep. And he's ruined it for everyone.
But some of them do have really nice eyelashes. Sometimes you hear it so much and you're just like, yes. Yes, I am. I'm in a committed relationship with a sheep, actually.
As you can see from this video, there is an air of desperation so far in trying to defend a term that has been deemed racially aggravating. Not even a joke. This can be traced back to a 2013 court case involving a man called Anthony Tafe of Bolton, where while staying at a guest holiday park in Granont, called an off-duty police officer and security staff a bunch of sheep shaggers. He was fined £150 for this. He had claimed in his defence that it was a term for people living in the countryside. Now the term sheep shagger, while considered a slur, actually comes from a very simple fact that there's a prevalence of sheep and sheep farming in Wales. That's it really. In the same sense that South Africans refer to Australians as sheep shaggers as well, and Australians refer to New Zealanders as sheep shaggers. I'd like to know when it goes from Wales to South Africa, who's the country in the middle, who's being accused of being a sheep shagger. But back to the overarching point. These people can't take the joke. Yes, it is a tiring joke, much like any joke really, but the moment you show a crack, the moment you show that, people are going to destroy you with it. The one comment at the end, where the lady said she's hard tempted to say yes, she's in a relationship with a sheep, deadpan it as well. That was the nearest we got to somebody attempting to take a joke. I'm going to play one more clip from this video before we move on to the schizophrenia one, because that one's interesting.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Oi, boyo.
Have you ever, like, accidentally oi boyo? Like, you see your friend, you're like, oh boyo.
Like, I don't actually think anyone says that. Like,
They do.
oh, I'm not too far in the valleys enough.
It'd be a bit better if they went like, oi, Becken, which is, you know, boy in Welsh.
In London, mostly, Weatherspoons. They shout into you.
So it's like, oh, at least they're making an effort.
No,
They're not just
that
adding
still
an O
wouldn't
onto a
be-
normal word.
That still wouldn't be really good, no.
Oi boyo, for those who are interested, simply means oi, mate, boy, buddy, friend. That's it really. It doesn't mean anything overly complex. I believe it was popularised by Gavin and Stacey, the TV show, a show I personally didn't find too funny, but British humour's a bit hit or miss really. Interestingly though, the word boyo can be traced back to Ireland, defining itself as good friend or brother, so I'm not entirely sure how it translated to the Welsh, but I think I want to focus predominantly on this ridiculous sense of, oh my god, this is so damn offensive to me. Because you taking offence as easily as you are, especially you Welsh folk with the very English accents, lol, are doing more to embarrass your country than anyone else. But then again, there are articles written by someone like Max Boyce, hitting out at the stereotypical way Welshmen are dismissed as boyo. I've heard boyo used when I was a kid as a mean to shut me up. Oi boyo, children should be seen and not heard. Max Boyce claims that it is outdated, irritating and demeaning, and disputes that Welsh people use the term, which is wrong. Welsh people do use the term. In fact, a lot of people use that term. It's possible though you don't hear it from your own little bubble. So Max Boyce, and to all the Welsh people who featured in this video, you have served the purpose I required you to service, in that you have not explained why people shouldn't say it, but just gotten offended at the very idea someone would say something to you. Apparently, the freaks have a better sense of humour than the sheep shaggers. Congratulations.
So does that mean you have a split personality?
Hey, take that.
It doesn't even mean that.
It is a myth. The sort of old Jekyll and Hyde sort of stereotype.
The actual meaning is it's split mind, right? It's not personality.
You have one reality here, and then you kind of know that there's another reality out here.
You feel like everything is porous, and your skin is porous, and you're inside and outside, you're almost in the same zone.
Have you noticed? In the first, they fobbed it off with humour, because that, arguably, was a better way to handle being called a freak. Being called a sheep shagger got the response of offence. And now we're on to the third type, those who are smart enough to explain the difference, who still retain enough patience, but still can't quite take the joke. But I do respect that these people are doing a very good job explaining what schizophrenia actually is, in a more simplified way, so as to best convey to the audience why perhaps it's not the wisest thing to say, which actually is the nearest we get to someone explaining why you shouldn't say it.
Shouldn't you be in an institution?
And they've done that.
Yeah, exactly.
They expect everyone who has schizophrenia to be put into a straitjacket, thrown into a white van.
We should be involved in the community
Absolutely,
more and link with people.
Some people need to be in a hospital, and that's fine. If you need to be in a hospital, that's what you need.
I'd rather not. I'd rather be out on road like you are. Like, I'd rather be, I want to go to the pub on a Sunday.
I should point out that these people are quite right. There are varying types of schizophrenia. Some do require to be in a medical facility, some that do not, and they get counselling and work within the local community as a better way of treating their condition. The way they've explained this, including the jokes, because they were jokes, I got it, is fantastic. I wanted to show this because there is a rather odd prevalence within the BBC Three's Things Not to Say To video series, where the majority go with the middle one, i.e. take offence, and in that also be remarkably disingenuous with the facts that they try and pass off, but give no indication as to why you shouldn't say it. Whereas with the third one, the schizophrenia one, which is very serious, these people managed to explain it in the entire video, which I will link all 3 videos down below. They managed to explain very well certain aspects of those who suffer with schizophrenia to a very, very reasonable level. And the Freaks one, there are a few of those videos, and they're good. They make me laugh. It's why I haven't done videos on them very often. I needed them for this. Some of you may have recognised Rolly. Rolly is very funny. and a very good YouTuber for that matter. I may disagree with him on the non-binary aspect, but quite frankly, I'm over it. As with all things, I'm very interested to know what you think. Also, if you would like me to respond to more of these videos, please let me know, because there are so many of them. I have responded to a few in the past. There is a playlist on my channel called Things Not to Say To. I may have to do more of them for those who are more offended, because it is quite funny. They have one for autistic people and homeless people. They are interesting. Now, for those who are interested, tonight on the Omegon Plays channel, 9 o'clock GMT PM. I should have said that the other way around a bit, shouldn't I? I'm going to stream some Euro Truck also on Twitch. If you're at all interested, please come over there. I would very much appreciate it. I also want to apologise for yesterday. I uploaded something, it was trash, so I deleted it. It just wasn't good enough. I took a middle ground on something I shouldn't take a middle ground on. There's no excuse for it. Also, on the Moisky Reads channel, I uploaded a creepypasta called The Tree. If you're at all interested, I will link that below as well. So I hope you'll have a lovely Tuesday, and thank you all for listening.